Finally got released. The Candace Owens interview with Shawn Ryan. Many have been waiting for. This is, I mean, it's as ridiculous as you think it's going to be. Shawn Ryan continues to make himself look more and more ridiculous as he platforms these people, as he says insane things, as he rides along the grifter narratives. It's always the Jews. I can't even do that yet because my voice is still not fully back. But of course he has Candace on. And Candace, not to disappoint, goes full-fledged Candacing in this. But here's Shawn Ryan's preview, just to let you guys know what to expect.
Candace Owens, you're a political commentator, author, and independent journalist known for challenging mainstream narratives and tackling controversial issues. Over the past decade, you've become one of the most influential voices in all of media, building a massive audience through your commentary and investigative reporting.
And I have Candace Owens claiming I murdered my husband.
Today, through your independent platform, you continue to cover politics, culture, and current events while questioning official narratives and sparking national debate.
I always try to approach things with just, what do I observe with my own eyes?
This is so ridiculous.
And when I brought myself to being able to watch the footage of Charlie dying, the first thing I thought was that he was shot from below. I watched the friction of his body, and I saw that his necklace broke before.
Individual or independent journalist. What a way to present Candace Owens. That is hilarious. It's absolutely hilarious. But again, it's about as good as you think it'd be. Look at Shawn Ryan. By the way, people like the quartering are calling it out, which I'm very proud of. It says Candace Owens is a retard and Shawn Ryan just sat there like a clown and let her talk. He destroyed his credibility. Oh, you think so? Here's Candace talking to Shawn, a little clip, and watch Shawn's face.
I mean, I don't know. Do you give CPR to somebody who's been shot in the fucking neck?
Well,
I'm sorry. I forgot about that. Give CPR to somebody who's been shot in the neck. I mean, how stupid is this woman? That's so funny.
I mean, I don't know. Do you give CPR to somebody who's been shot in the fucking neck?
well, if you don't keep someone's heart going, it doesn't matter, right? Like nothing else matters if your heart stops pumping. So yeah, you would give CPR. I would imagine you keep CPR going at all times. I'm certainly not a medical professional, but I do know that like if your heart stops, you're dead. So you got to keep the heart going. And them not having the ambulance on standby.
I'm not standing up for him. I don't know if you would do CPR.
No, you wouldn't, you retard. Doing CPR, you'd be pushing more of the blood out. Oh my God. This is supposed to be the woman who's leading the deep dive investigation on Charlie Kirk's death. She's supposed to have all the idea of what you do. And she doesn't know the basics, like giving CPR to somebody who's bleeding out is a horrible idea. Oh my God. Honestly, who still listens to Candace? Please don't be honest. Just pretend you don't and lie about it and stop watching her, because I don't want to call you a retard to your face, but I will if you admit it. I will if you admit it, because that's ridiculous. Oh man. But you know, that might be the funniest part, but she doesn't disappoint with some of her other crazy stuff either.
We got played. I mean, there's no other way to say it. It's kind of shocking the ways that he lied. And so you have to then go, why? Trump desperately, by any means necessary, wanted to win again. And his entire life's mission then transformed into, I will do anything to win again, including making a deal with the devil. You don't take $300 million from people who run Vegas and tell them no.
Trump made a deal with the devil? She's talking about Miriam Adelson and all these people that Trump's controlled. But the problem is this, that he took the most money from Elon Musk and then just 7 months later, took away all of Elon's government subsidies to help his company. Yeah, he took away all the energy credits that were going to Teslas. $8,000 government credit for a new Tesla. Gone. Trump wiped it off. No more Elon. I'm sorry. That crushed billions of dollars, took billions of dollars away from Elon Musk's Tesla company. And that's after Elon gave him $250 million. So tell me again, Candace, how taking this money from Trump was a deal with the devil. You can't say no to them. Are you serious? See, everybody who thinks Candace Owens does actual research and actual put stuff together, they ignore the retarded conclusions she comes to. They ignore the fact that this woman has no idea what she's talking about. CPR to a person bleeding out. Are you kidding me right now? Again, and the facts back up that Trump is not beholden to these people. But again, what if facts matter? But here's more her breaking down stuff about Charlie.
What they're doing is going to register to the public as remarkably suspicious. Case in point, did no one tell you that you shouldn't be on a Zoom call laughing about emojis 6 days after your husband got killed? Does someone have to tell you that? What has been rinsed out of you that you don't recognize that there's something deeply wrong with that? To get onto a Zoom call 11 days after he's been assassinated and say, we're moving on with Turning Point 2.0. My husband is dead, not to be morbid, but he's dead. That's acceptance.
Do you think that she had something to do with it? She was complicit? Or we were talking about this earlier. I came here from Boca Raton, Florida. It's the shallowest fucking place on the planet. You see 19-year-old girls with 76-year-old men every single day playing tonsil hockey and more, and that's just what that place is. Do you think that maybe when they met, she was, she just saw a paycheck, and she's a narcissist and had no feelings, no love, no nothing for him, just wanted to marry into a guy who's making $150 million a year?
Even if everything you just said was true, she was motivated by money to marry him, she didn't actually love him. Let's even add that she hated him secretly, right? When someone dies like that, you still have a human reaction. Mm-hmm. So
it's so disgusting. I mean, the whole attack on Erica is so disgustingly pathetic and gross. It just makes me so sick. And she just doesn't stop. Candace is just a terrible person. I can tell you as somebody who lost my parents in a horrific car accident that just happened like that. Just gone. Horrific. I can tell you, grief does not always look like you fall apart. Sometimes grief looks like silence. Sometimes grief looks like you put on a brave face. There's literally, as somebody who knows grief very well, lost my parents, lost my brother. Somebody knows grief very well, very intimate with grief. I can tell you that I didn't see one thing wrong with any of Erica's grief, any of her grieving, any of the ways she showed herself. I didn't see one thing with it. Not one. And I know grief. I know grief better than the majority of people my age. I know it. I've experienced it. I've experienced horrific grief, horrific accidents, loved ones dying, horrific ways. Sorry, I just have. And there's nothing wrong with how Erica reacted. Not one thing. You know how I know that? Because as somebody who was in the church at that time, who was a leader in the church, who did public speaking, I reacted very similarly to how Erica reacted in public. Very similarly. I held it together. I built people up. I forgave. I did the exact same things Erica did. And on the inside, I was broken up. So I'm sorry. The whole nonsense narrative about Erica Kirk, if you believe it, you're retarded. You're an idiot. You absolutely are stupid, because everybody deals with grief differently. I dealt with it very much like Erica did in public. So I know that as a person who lived it. So nobody can tell me I'm wrong on this. Nobody. And if you're going to argue with me, you're retarded. You're wrong. I lived it. I did it. So I'm sorry. If you believe Candace's narrative on Erica, you're sick. You're absolutely sick. Okay? You just are. You want to believe it. I'm going to tell you, that's what it is. You want to believe it. And you're sick for that. You just want to believe something terrible about Erica. And someday we might actually get some evidence that Erica did something wrong. But right now you haven't. And so in the meantime, you just want to believe it, which means you're retarded. Sorry, it's true. Here's more, though, from this amazing clip.
Who do you think is behind this?
I don't
Do you think
Tyler Robinson was there.
You don't think he was there?
No. I think he's a total patsy. I think they get lookalikes and they got everybody wearing the same outfit. I think he played a role, and I believe that what he did was he picked up clothes and he dumped them behind the Dairy Queen. I think he had a role.
Who do you think is behind this?
I don't
Do you think
Tyler Robinson was there.
You don't think he was there?
No.
Are you kidding me? Like, we have tape. This woman is insane. She's insane. And it's going right. I mean, it just keeps going worse and worse. Here's Candace reacting to, yeah, we'll just watch. We're just watching it. It's bad enough.
It was so strange. I was in Italy getting confirmed by a cardinal, and that I was so excited about it. And it was just, it's weird because it's the president of the United States. And it's something that maybe you would expect to see if you're in high school and people are trying to like find ways to hurt you. But, you know, when the president of the United States is like, you're fat, you're ugly, you know, that it just feels weird. It was just very strange.
Well, it is weird.
It's weird. I mean, objectively, I thought it was very strange. And I don't have...
Did he forget he started a war?
Yeah, I know.
Isn't that a little more important than fucking generating AI Time magazine cover photos?
How'd that have anything to do with him calling her fat? You can see Candace is very upset over the fact that Trump doesn't take her seriously, that he laughs her off. It's very funny.
And
about podcasters.
And beyond that, just kind of basically saying you're ugly is just, there's something so elementary about it. I'm just not in high school. That's not something that I wake up every day and wonder, does the president of the United States think I'm hot or not? There's something about it like that's just like...
This is the same person who has no problem telling Erica Kirk that she's grieving wrong. So it's not exactly like she's the kind of person that can, have a what's the word I'm looking for? Like a classy way of approaching things, I'm saying. But, whatever. This is who she is. And Shawn Ryan for going along with this. I mean, what a joke. But again, how many times have I told you guys and shown you guys that all these people, they just keep hanging out with each other, right? It's like, oh, you're a grifter, you're a grifter, you're a grifter. We're all saying the same stuff. We're all just going to hang out together. And they just do. They just take turns on each other's shows. It's insane. It's insane. But it shows you how obvious the grift is. It tells you that there's all the same people behind them. Every single one of these people has intelligence agency connections. Every single one. Shawn Ryan was one of them. Candace Owens' husband is connected to MI6. Tucker Carlson's connected to CIA. Alex Jones connected to CIA. Then you get people like Ian Carroll who just show up out of nowhere. You can't find anything on their social media at all. Even though he's in his 30s. Can't find anything on his past. That's weird. All of them. Nick Fuentes. Very likely the SPLC is the one who paid him money for the Charlottesville to organize that. These people, man, they all have the craziest ties. The craziest ties. It's all weird, but they all just hang out together. And they all somehow are multi-millionaires with millions of followers. Millions of bot farms. They're all connected somehow to Alexander Dugin. How's that work? I don't know. It's wild. But then they get on, do stuff like this. I gotta tell you. Sometimes even in their grifter world, they're so stupid that they can't believe it. The CPR thing is my favorite. That's absolutely hilarious. But the whole TPUSA thing, how can you trust anything Candace says about it, even if you have questions about TPUSA? I'll tell you what, Andrew Wilson, he decided to do something about it. He joined TPUSA as a liaison and said, hey, come talk to me about it. We'll find out your answers. Guess what? None of them are talking to him. Well, that's weird. He's having a great time exposing it by actually doing the work, by actually putting himself out there. But as he posts, how come none of the TPUSA killed Charlie Kirk people will talk to me? I said. That's what you tell. That's all you need to know, right? That's all you need to know. Again, he's, Andrew's exposing it. He's exposing the grift. We just keep saying, you don't even have to like Andrew Wilson, But isn't it kind of weird that none of these people will come out and have a conversation with them? No, they all just talk to each other. Now, speaking of Tucker, this just came out. Somebody exposed this, and this is really wild. Look at this. The 2008 Republican National Convention. This is when McCain was just nominated. I can't believe I hadn't seen this before. I didn't know this before. But it kind of gives you clues to where Tucker's come from. What have we been showing you guys a lot of lately? How libertarianism, especially those at the top, I'm not talking about your neighbor with the don't tread on me flag, who's a nice guy and just wants the Fed gone and says he's a libertarian. I'm not talking about that guy. I'm talking about the libertarians actually in places of power and influence. How we've been learning Thomas Massey, Dave Smith, Rand Paul, they're all total frauds. And all they do is operate as controlled opposition, slow things down, go against President Trump, the guy who's actually getting stuff done. That's what they do. We've learned this now, right? And now Tucker is acting like one of them. Well, after you see this clip, it makes a whole lot more sense.
Of Ron Paul, whom I respect, which is something it's true. That's something you won't catch me saying very often about people who run for elective office. And let me explain why I respect Ron Paul and how I came to respect Ron Paul. I voted for Ron Paul in 1988 when I was in college. And I voted for Ron Paul for a bunch of different reasons. One, I had grown up in a libertarian family. And two, he just seemed like a decent guy. But I was...
What did we just
Ron
see?
Paul,
Tucker Carlson, turns out he was one of them the whole time. Part of that whole libertarian grift going back to 1988. Wow. That tells us a whole lot. I wish I'd known this before. I liked Tucker for a couple years there. I wish I'd known. Had no idea. But it just shows you these are all the same people. All the same people still making life difficult for Trump, or trying to anyways. Isn't that wild? Isn't that wild? Touting Ron Paul, now attacking Trump from the same libertarian talking points. By the way, libertarian as an ism can be traced back to City of London. Just go look it up. Fabian Society, whoop-de-doo, MI6. Yeah, there's a lot of connections there going back there to the early 1900s. Very interesting. Very interesting. Oh, yeah, speaking of these guys, here's Thomas Massey. Oh, it's now been almost a year since he said he'd release 20 names of Epstein clients. Here's the original post. Transparency is essential. Americans have a right to know if their taxpayer dollars settled congressional sexual misconduct. I introduced, this isn't the right one, but it is. He actually just got this passed, so I'll give Massey credit on that. But the original post, which I don't know why this guy put the wrong post up, Massey claimed he had 20 names he was going to release. And it's now been 288 days since that time. Just a reminder that nothing he said was going to happen from the Epstein stuff happened. Good reminder. And then we look at Marjorie Taylor Greene, the whole grifter sphere, what she's doing now. Well, turns out Marjorie has no influence whatsoever. I thought this was, this was the person saying, we're leading the America First movement. People are leaving Trump by droves. This is the real movement. Well, her new show, Life MTG, has 7,200 views combined in her episodes. 4,500 here. 2,700 there. Wow. Marjorie, why can't you get more views than I get? You're certainly more famous. I'm not leading a movement like you are. I don't even have the money to pay for bots like you do. Are you kidding me? You can't keep up? What's going on here? So crazy. But, again, why do I show all you guys this? Why do we laugh at Candace's stupidity? Why do we, look at Tucker Carlson, where he came from, and Marjorie Taylor, how crazy she's getting, or Shawn Ryan, what a shill he is, a grifter, trying to pretend he's a serious person. Why do we do this? Why do I do this grifter report? Well, it's just because of going back to Rush Limbaugh. It's because when you say you're part of the movement, when you actually care, when you believe you're doing like what's right for the country, and Trump was a big part of that, and you fought for Trump, You don't just leave that just because you didn't get one thing you wanted. You just don't. And Rush breaks it down so perfectly back then. And I want to just, share this to go out just to as a reminder, like Rush taught us, and he says right here, how you know the true believers are. And this is exactly what they're not doing. Listen to Rush.
Because make no mistake, they remain scared to death of you, and they remain scared to death of Trump. Trump, 75 million, 80 million votes. And I'm going to tell you, you're not going anywhere. Even if Trump does, you're not. They can't separate you from Trump. And more importantly, they can't separate you from the ideas. They can't separate you from MAGA. They can't separate you from Make America Great Again, which I think remains one of our big campaign strengths going forward. They believe that they can destroy this bond that exists between you and Trump if they somehow make Trump look bad, make Trump look like a reprobate, embarrass you about Trump. They can't do it because you came before Trump. Because and
there it is. See, we don't just follow Trump because we like him. We don't want to follow Trump because he's, it's fun to see the establishment burn. We follow Trump. We're loyal to him because he is what we wanted. He is what he's representing, the change we've cried out for. He's given us a shot at getting the America we want. And that's why it makes no sense for all these people who bailed on him. Tucker, Megan, Candace, Shawn Ryan, Marjorie Taylor Greene, Dave Smith, Thomas Massey. Makes no sense because he is the shot we had. And this is why they can't break MAGA. Rush got it from the beginning. That's why we miss Rush so much. We've lost some of the best people who understood it, who would lead, whether it's Rush or Charlie Kirk or Scott Adams. Who is that next person? I don't know. We need them. But the amazing thing is that even without these great leaders, Trump has still managed to keep us together despite it, because Rush knew exactly what was going on. He got it from the beginning because Rush was the OG MAGA. And that's why these grifters, they can't beat us. They can't knock us back. And it's also why I'm going to continue to call them out, because for the few that they might pick off, we're going to keep presenting the alternative and showing how ridiculous they truly are, because we're MAGA. We're the real America first, and they never will be. And that's what Rush understood. And that's what Trump has proven and MAGA's proven going forward.